going on, yo? Day 44. Well, 44, 45-ish. Let's see what we're up to now. So, gauges are in. I started gluing the dash together. It is worse than it looks. Anyway, I'm working on wiring the Dakota Digital cruise control, and also when I was down here, I remembered that this is wired up for tap shift. So I actually looked this up, and there's a really great video by NTD Racing on YouTube. And he shows you which resistors you need and what the functions do and all that. So I got me some resistors. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I'll use this to engage it, and then I'll set this up in the center console to tap up and tap down. So I got this pretty much just measuring resistance. So right now it's open. So when we click this, you'll need a 8.25 thousand ohm resistor to enable it. And then the tap down is 4.42, but with this on, this circuit's gonna be closed, and then when you tap down, it'll combine the resistance and give you the tap down function. And these are gonna be on a momentary switch. So that's what this is. See. So the tap up is a 1.5K resistor. And stop it. Anyway, you get the point. I don't know how to close this because I don't know how to iPhone. There you go. Anyway, now I got this wired up right here. So we turn this on. Now this is just a mock-up. I'm gonna clean this up a lot better once I get it set up in the center console, but right there, it should go into sport mode, or like tow haul, or whatever you want to call it. Once that's enabled, if we tap up, there it is. And if we tap down, there it is. So we can be cruising, put it in sport mode. Once I get the truck supercharged or turbocharged, and just you get the point. So let's let me clean this up a little bit, figure out where I'm gonna mount it. I'm thinking of mounting it in the center console. So maybe setting up the on switch like right here somewhere, which I'll have to drill it and pop the button in there. And then the momentary switch maybe somewhere right here. That way, you know, I just put that sucker in drive and chill, turn it on, and then tap up, tap down. I think that'll be pretty sweet. So let's do that. And then I can work on, I need to find the brake switch to finish wiring that up. I already got power, I got the speed signal. And then the harness that goes between the pedal, because this controller pretty much measures where your pedal's at to set your cruise control, and it controls it based on your throttle position. So yeah, also ordered a new headlight switch, And I still need to clean up some of this wiring, but I'll do that once I get the new switch and everything is good. I think that's all I got for now. Let's figure out what we're gonna do with this tap shift. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I still have to set it up in the tune, but once we get it wired in, I'll show you what you need to do in the tune to enable that. And keep in mind, this is on a Gen 4 E38 ECM. So anything like this, and I'm pretty sure it's the same method for the 8L90 as well as the 6L80 and the 6L90. So 6-speed and 8-speed automatics. I don't know if it works with the 10-speed the same way, but I know 6 and 8-speed automatic GM transmissions, it's pretty much the same thing. All right, let's see what we got here. So, there it is. Now, I could have put this button up here somewhere and have the wiring go straight down, but in my RX-7 I had my window switches, which was the same type of, it was momentary though, it was the same type of button, but those lights would get so annoying during the day because they don't dim, they just come on whenever you push the button, or you can have it on all the time. So I put it sideways and I had to drill through the whole thing, but I'm just going to drill another hole, loop the wires back in here so that they're all going through this little channel here, and then I'll run the wiring back towards the front of the console and back under the dash because those wires are down there, so I'm gonna have to extend them, get them over here somewhere, and then run them up this way. So what I'm thinking now is I'll run the wiring up here and make some type of like I still have some of those Deutsch connectors. I'll run the wire and the tap shift wire somewhere here close towards the front up here, and then I'll make a harness that'll come off of these, and the other switch, and I'll have to feed it back this way and then wire it up over here somewhere, so it's gonna look ghetto, but it's gonna look clean. So on this wiring that's gonna come out through here, I'm gonna have the cup holder here anyway, so I mean you'll only be able to see it if I move any of that stuff. So it's not a big deal to me, but we'll make it work. So I need to drill another hole to loop the wiring back in here, and on the inside here somewhere over here. And then I'm gonna extend these wires, hook up the wire in the resistors, and then try that out. Let's do it. All right, you guys, I got this wired up. It's not pretty, but it works. So, focus. Here's what we got. So in the tune, it's in park right now. Check this one out, right here. Reverse. Well, it's not reading anything. Hold on. All right, we're in park. Reverse, neutral. Whatever you get here, that is what you're gonna change in the tune. So you're gonna go here, and where it says range active, that's what you're gonna pop in there. And then I'll link NTD Racing's video, and he's got a document that tells you what all you need to change. But I ended up just copying the tap up, tap down map from a 2010 Camaro. So let's go back to the scanner. So we're reverse neutral drive, and then I'll turn on my switch, right? So it's still in normal mode, but as soon as you either tap up or tap down, you're there. So it won't show up because it's not running, it's not actually shifting, but I'm in tap up, tap down mode. So that's pretty sweet. Now we got that working, and we can move on. Also, I picked up some parts. I'm gonna have to make this work somehow. I gotta cut some tubing. I got some aluminum tubing from my old intercooler setup. I got a whole box full of shit. But I picked this up from MRP Performance. All right, I'm using an LS3 MAF sensor. What's cool about this one is it's got air straighteners. So it just pops right in. I just need to make the piping to make this fit. That's where I want the filter, so it doesn't pull a bunch of hot air from like the radiator or the headers or whatever. I'm gonna put it right here, so we might get a chance to pull some cold air from the front end. So I'll probably work on that tomorrow. Get some of this piping fixed up to finish this up, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up all the fluids I need, spark plugs, all that shit. Hopefully we can get it started either tomorrow, if not Saturday, because I think my spark plug cables are supposed to get here Saturday. They're significantly cheaper on Amazon than they are at O'Reilly's, but all the fluids, they pretty much cost the same from either Amazon or O'Reilly, so I'm just gonna get everything there. All the stuff that was cheaper on Amazon, I just got it there, so we'll do that. That's all I got for today. Thanks for hanging out.